legends of cuisine and mixology rise. This is where hospitality meets honor. From iconic hotel bars to unforgettable dining experiences. From chefs who redefine taste to leaders who shape the future of hospitality. Celebrating excellence behind the bar and brilliance beyond the kitchen. Classic, contemporary, chic. Where heritage meets innovation. Recognizing the names that set the benchmark and the spaces that define food. Hotels, restaurants, lounges, bars. This is not just an award night. This is a salute to the Knights of Nightlife and Hospitality. Lounge Nights Awards. Honoring the best, elevating the night. Radico presents Lounge Nights Awards 2026. Co-powered by Morpheus. Style partner Mia by Tanishq. An initiative by News 9.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9. English news as it should be.
खबरें दिखाई जाती थी केजरीवाल भ्रष्ट है, केजरीवाल भ्रष्ट है।
Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to your favorite news destination. You're watching In Your Interest with me, Kabir Naqvi. And on the first segment on IYI, we talk about that political vendetta. Is it a narrative warfare? Is it investigative failure? Because a Delhi court today has discharged Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia and 21 others in that CBI's liquor policy case. Is this final vindication or is this just one round in a long legal battle? Arvind Kejriwal came out and in that press conference has said this is the biggest political conspiracy in independent India. And even as the CBI got a major dressing down in the courtroom, they say they are going to move the High Court on this front as well. What does it mean? What's in store for the Aam Aadmi Party and the citizens of the national capital? Well, let's break this down for you. It is being called the biggest legal victory for the Aam Aadmi Party and perhaps the most significant setback for the central investigative agencies in recent years. Today, the Rouse Avenue Court, it didn't just release former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. It completely dismantled the CBI's 2-year-old liquor policy case. By discharging all 23 accused, the judge has effectively said that there is no case to even begin a trial in the first place. The court refused to take cognizance of the CBI's charge sheet, stating that there was no material at all to support the prosecution. But today, the court used words like speculative, untenable, preconceived, all of these words to describe the CBI's investigation. The court found that there was no overarching conspiracy and no criminal intent. The court also added that the attribution of conspiracy cannot be sustained and it has ordered a departmental inquiry against the CBI and its investigating officer. Most importantly, the judge noted that there was absolutely no material to show that Arvind Kejriwal received or facilitated any of that bribe money. In clear terms, the judge noted that there was no overarching conspiracy, criminal intent in the excise policy. The prosecution failed to place any material showing that then Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal received or facilitated receipt of bribe money. Arvind Kejriwal had been implicated without any cogent material connecting him to the alleged offence, and no prima facie case was made out against any of the accused persons. The Rouse Avenue Court criticized the CBI's investigation, calling the prosecution narrative speculative, legally untenable, and driven by preconceived assumptions rather than evidence. It also added that the charge sheet suffers from internal contradictions, striking at the root of the conspiracy theory as well.
मैंने केवल अपनी जिंदगी में ईमानदारी कमाई है, इन्होंने झूठा केस लगाया और आज ये साबित हो गया। कोर्ट ने कहा है कि केजरीवाल कट्टर ईमानदार है, मनीष सिसोदिया कट्टर ईमानदार है, आम आदमी पार्टी कट्टर ईमानदार है।
आपने हमारे ऊपर इतने केस कर लिए, आपने ईडी छोड़ दी, आपने सीबीआई छोड़ दी, आपने पुलिस छोड़ दी, आपने इनकम टैक्स छोड़ दिया हमारे पीछे, आपने जेल भेज दिया हमारे 5 सबसे बड़े नेताओं को। आम आदमी पर एक समय ऐसा था जब आम आदमी पार्टी के सबसे टॉप के 5 नेता जेल में थे एक साथ, उसके बाद भी केजरीवाल का कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सके। अब तो एक ही तरीका बचा है मोदी जी केजरीवाल से निपटने का, केजरीवाल का कत्ल करवाना पड़ेगा, केजरीवाल की हत्या करवानी पड़ेगी। उसके अलावा केजरीवाल आपसे संभलने वाला नहीं है।
आज जितने घड़ियाली आंसू वो दिखा रहे हैं, ईमानदारी की, कट्टर ईमानदारी की बातें कर रहे हैं, तो मैं उनसे कुछ प्रश्न पूछना चाहती हूँ। अगर वो सही थे तो क्यों जैसे ही जांच शुरू हुई तो उन्होंने अपनी ये लीकर पॉलिसी को विड्रॉ कर लिया, तुरंत वापस किया? अगर वो सही थे तो ऐसा क्यों किया गया?
जो भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की राजनीति को समझता है वो तैयार था इस चीज के लिए, क्योंकि आने वाले कुछ सालों में, महीनों में गुजरात और पंजाब के इलेक्शन आने वाले हैं। उसके लिए अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी को नहला धुलाकर फिर से सबके सामने पेश किया जा रहा है ताकि कांग्रेस को कैसे कमजोर किया जाए।
But clearly the story does not end here. The CBI plans to appeal against the court order. Meanwhile, the Enforcement Directorate's probe under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act continues despite the CBI discharge. The ED case is based on alleged proceeds of crime, but money laundering requires a predicate offense. With the court discharge weakening the entire foundation, questions arise about whether there can be proceeds to launder if no crime is established in the first place. The accused are likely to seek discharge in the ED case, and the ED must now show independent evidence of a fund trail. Supreme Court precedents suggest that PMLA cases may fall if the predicate offense fails. Now, this verdict has reset the political narrative. With crucial elections in Punjab, Gujarat, Goa on the horizon, the Aam Aadmi Party is already branding this as a political conspiracy that has finally been unmasked by the judiciary. Aam Aadmi Party leaders have called the case a political conspiracy, and this verdict may reset the political narrative. Is this a case of political vendetta, as claimed by the Aam Aadmi Party, or investigative lapses by the CBI? With the CBI's case crumbling, can the Enforcement Directorate's parallel probe stand on its own, or will that too face the same fate? How does this verdict now change the political landscape for the Aam Aadmi Party as they head into the upcoming state elections, and what does this mean for the CBI? With me on the broadcast, Dr. Dharinder Tayal, spokesperson for the BJP. Many thanks for taking out the time. Mr. Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party. Nigat Abbas, spokesperson for the Congress Party, with us on the broadcast. And KV Prasad, senior journalist. Many thanks, Mr. Prasad, for taking out the time. Let's get the snowball rolling here. Mr. Sharma, is this the return of the Kattar Imaandar that we're finally seeing? The BJP, meanwhile, says that the legal process is not over. We will now knock on the doors of the High Court. How do you respond on that? And if this was the biggest political conspiracy, how do you now look at demanding accountability from the investigative officers? The court has done half of that job. But talk to us about the resurgence of Arvind Kejriwal. BJP is saying those are crocodile tears from Arvind Kejriwal today.
Well, I'll let the BJP spokesperson say what he wants to say rather than believing you what BJP wants to say, since he's on the panel. But let me start by saying that a scorching summer sun doesn't need proof of its existence. The court held that today. There wasn't any liquor scam by Aam Aadmi Party. The court held that today. It also said it was a scam to frame AAP and has ordered an inquiry on the CBI. That's a fact. The real scam was pulled on the Aam Aadmis of India by the Congress BJP tag team. March 2022, Punjab victory of AAP made it clear to both Congress and BJP ecosystems that wherever AAP goes, it demolishes both BJP and Congress equally. Delhi and Kejriwal weren't black swan events. Punjab too started liking the capability of Aam Aadmis. So in June 2022, just 2-3 months after that, a Congress functionary becomes the first person to complain to BJP LG concocting a fabricated lie. The LG then involves central agencies who jump into and file a false case against Aam Aadmi Party in August 2022. Now today in 2026, the judiciary has unmasked both Congress and BJP of hoodwinking the common man of India. India, beware of this ilu between BJP and Congress. They are jointly out to rob you not just of governance, but your right to know the truth as well. BJP and Congress pretend to be Professor Jekyll, but in reality, they are the evil Hyde of Indian politics. Even mafias do not deploy such wholesale cleansing that the BJP did. BJP ecosystem and its Pradhanji better understand now. You don't get 400 par by torturing sitting CMs. You end up on crutches, a Trump dump and an Epstein files egg on your face. That is why beware India, Gangadhar ही शक्तिमान है, भारत का आम आदमी कट्टर ईमानदार था, कट्टर ईमानदार है और कट्टर ईमानदार रहेगा. धूर्त तो भाजपा और कांग्रेस की नूरा कुश्ती है, ये लोग धूर्त हुए ना.
All right. The BJP spokesperson on the panel, Dr. Dharinder, how do you respond to that? And whilst you're at it, help the viewers understand. The court says there was no overarching conspiracy. The opposition is saying that this was pure, clear-cut political vendetta right ahead of elections.
Thank you so much. Firstly, I will not deny him his right to say this. It's after a long time that they have got this opportunity of saying this. But the fact is, all along during this time, they have been saying that the matter is sub judice. So I hope he realizes that the matter is already in the Delhi High Court. It is sub judice once again.
Dismiss.
So,
Discharged. Your case is discharged.
I heard you. Why does AAP lose patience so quickly? Why does AAP lose patience so quickly?
Now. There is no case.
I mean, is shouting the only way to get around it?
Well, you got to give it to the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, Dr. Dharinder. You yourself just said they've come on the, come on news headlines after a very long time. I mean, who's to deny them, butting in? But Mr. Sharma, let's have the BJP spokesperson there say.
Yes. Fair enough.
Whatever he was saying, I heard him out. He should have the patience to
listen to others. Go on, Dr. Dharinder.
Yeah. So the matter is going to the Delhi High Court. So what is being said is that the insufficient evidence, but we also know that even the Supreme Court had held that 338 crores of money trail is tentatively there. So let us not start jumping as if there is a victory. If that had been the case, I mean, the question which was just put up in the video that you just showed, that why, if the policy was good, where was the need to reverse it immediately? Where was the need to destroy up to 160, 170 phones or SIMs? Where was the need to not leave the chair and destroy the evidence? We all know these facts. And the Kattar Imaandar Sheesh Mahals and still traveling in the Wagonars are well known. So there is no doubt there. So to say that this is suddenly some kind of a victory has happened, yes, he's got a reprieve, he should be happy about it, but that is about it. There is only one place for them. And
the court says there was no criminal intent, sir. The court says there was no criminal intent. I'm just trying to understand the BJP's narrative, which was this anti-corruption narrative built essentially around the liquor policy. That you're saying has not fallen flat. That still remains and stays.
Absolutely. And the second part of what Mr. Sharma said, that suddenly he's saying that Gangadhar, whatever, and BJP and Congress are two sides of the same coin. And these are the people who came to power saying, I have a dossier this thick on Sheila Dikshit. And suddenly that dossier disappeared and they were in bed together. And suddenly then the relationship soured and suddenly Congress is bad. So it is difficult to say, are they with Congress, are they against Congress? In Chandigarh, the Congress he is criticizing, they made the mayor with Congress. In Punjab, they were against Congress. In Delhi, against Congress. In Chandigarh, with Congress. That
happens in politics, sir. That happens in politics all the time.
But he
The BJP, going hand in glove with the JDU in Bihar assembly elections as well. That happens. This is politics. वो तो होगा ही होगा. A quick rejoinder from Mr. Siddharth, and then I'll bring in the Congress spokesperson and journalist KV Prasad also waiting.
It's not a rejoinder. It seems like Dr. Tayal is saying that he should not practice medicine. Rather, in the next quote that he says that he is going to appeal. Surprisingly, it's the CBI which has to appeal. How come BJP is saying it is going to appeal? Did the BJP just
I never said we are going to appeal. I said the case is in appeal.
How can BJP say it will appeal when CBI is independent? It is for the CBI to say. Yet when it says so, is the BJP now threatening the common man of India and the judiciary also?
You are not the common man. You live in Krishna.
Is it doing so? And is Mr. Dr. Tayal saying that his advocates were so useless
What I said was
that they could
the
not
case has
put up
gone
these
to
cases of hundreds of fools
Okay.
being destroyed in the trial court, and that Mr. Tayal will now leave his practice and start advocating in the Supreme Court when he is going to appeal? Is he saying that then he should
Mr.
first kick
Tayal
out
is
his
not
own
an advocate. Sorry.
Then he should first kick out his own advocate.
Okay, all right. Let's
Advocate, right?
let's have the Congress spokesperson
think
there
you're
say
too
as well.
hassle. You're too
Let's bring
hassle.
in the Congress spokesperson as well. Nigat Abbas, Congress spokesperson with us on the broadcast. Do you welcome the verdict? Does the Congress party welcome the verdict? It's no news that Aam Aadmi Party is a rival of the Congress party when it comes to Delhi and Punjab particularly. Pawan Khera has already questioned the timing of this verdict, BJP and Congress being in cahoots vis-a-vis the Gujarat and the Punjab assembly elections that are right around the corner. Your take on this?
Good evening to you, my co-panelist, and your viewers. So firstly, I'd like to say that the investigation in today's India are not at all evidence-driven these days. They are completely election calendar-driven. And we must say that under BJP, the agencies have become in a way that they do not follow the money trails anymore. They follow the political fault lines. And this is process as punishment. That's exactly what has happened. And when we can come and question BJP right now, BJP is answerable to the technical question that why is that all the investigations just aggressively spike up right before the elections, and why is that the prosecutorial energy fluctuates with the political alignment? It happens all the time. And let's go beyond the rhetoric and let's face the fact that this is, every time we've seen that in last 12 years, that how every time BJP completely gives the clean sheet to whoever is coming and joining the Bharatiya Janata Party or secretly is aligning with the party's ideology and charges the charge sheet against those people who are not aligning with their ideology. And why are we not supposed to believe today, when the elections are approaching so much, that at the back gate the Aam Aadmi Party has completely gone hand in hand with the Bharatiya Janata Party, and probably which is why they've got the clean sheet, because we've seen this pattern. This is the modus operandi of Bharatiya Janata Party, that arrest starts, the massive raids start, the ED cases starts only when the elections are nearby and when they want to suppress the political parties. And that's exactly what has happened with the Aam Aadmi Party. But now when Aam Aadmi Party is also seeing that they're shaking their roots and bases in different states, I'm sure they want to join hands with Bharatiya Janata Party behind the curtains, and they really want to come align with them, and they want to eliminate Congress, because they know that the only national political party which can beat Bharatiya Janata Party is Congress Party, which is why they're probably going hand in hand and playing this rhetoric game ki chalo saath mein chalte hain.
Nigat Abbas, notwithstanding all of those allegations and charges, the narrative that the common man reads out there is that the indie bloc is altogether happy that the Aam Aadmi Party chief and supremo are out and they've been discharged. But the Congress party seems to be a little miffed with that.
Because it's with BJP already.
Oh yeah, it is very surprising. It is very surprising that all of a sudden, when you have seen such a big scam happening and the liquor gate happening, and how BJP and Aam Aadmi Party was, blaming each other, and we've seen that how BJP was so much sure and the ED was so much sure that yes, Arvind Kejriwal and Mr. Manish Sisodia has been under the scam and they have been so corrupt. I don't know how come, first of all, the corruption exists only outside of BJP. It is not inside BJP. This is only only because they know how to suppress the leaders. That's exactly what has happened here. Like I said before, they're just trying to suppress the leaders. And now when the Aam Aadmi Party has seen that Congress is, not going to support them with the Indie bloc, and they're not finding a good space and spot for them in the Indie bloc, they're just trying to eliminate themselves from here. And right now just going to bowing down to Bharatiya Janata Party ki chalo ab ho raha hai, so let's just sort it so that we can be in game and we can have a skin in Gujarat elections, in Punjab elections, and also maybe in UP elections they want to have a skin, which I must tell them, no matter what, people know what exactly they've done in Delhi and how corrupt they have been in Delhi and how bad situation they've given for the people of Delhi, and what kind of systems which needed to be changed. They never addressed the elephant in the room. So we all know that what kind of a biggest failure Aam Aadmi Party had in Delhi, and now we're very much.
This is a great love triangle. Let me tell you that this is a great love triangle. The Aam Aadmi Party says the Congress and the BJP are together. Congress says BJP, Aam Aadmi Party are together. I mean, and you're all smiling. I mean, it's not hard for me to imagine that you're.
Kabir, let's just face the fact that two national political parties can never be together, and we are the ones who are, look at the AI summit. We are the ones, very much coming to the fact that yes, Bharatiya Janata Party has been corrupt, and they are doing the photo ops, and they are the ones, disturbing the farmers and the people of India. They are the ones not doing anything. They are the ones who do not have any skin in the game when it comes to development of our country. How can maybe these are baseless allegations. It just makes me smile and also laugh. It's just that I can't laugh right now because there are discipline we have to maintain on the panel. Otherwise, those allegations that BJP and Congress are together. I mean, my senior friend from Aam Aadmi Party should be a little watchful while he speaks, because people must be watching कि अच्छा अब राहुल गांधी जी और मोदी जी साथ हो गए. कल तक तो आप लोग कह रहे थे कि ये दोनों एक दूसरे के दुश्मन हैं. So let's just have some kind of factual discussion here and not play with a ball which has no skin right now.
Okay. Let's get on to the facts as well. To the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, Siddharji, what of the CBI now? They got a massive dressing down in the court. Do you think the Aam Aadmi Party is now going to move a petition against the CBI? We do know for a fact that, state entities can actually sue the central agency as well. Anything that's going to happen on that front? What about the Enforcement Directorate case now? We do have the Supreme Court precedents. They always fall flat when there is no predicate offense. We've spoke about it in the intro as well. But what next for the Aam Aadmi Party? How do you turn this around? Is the moral victory into actual narrative building on the ground? How are you going to make it happen?
Yeah, for all those technical questions, what we'll do legally, you will have to engage my very good lawyers like Abhishek Manu Singhvi and Rebecca John. They'll give you those answers. Why should I give it to you? Because those are my trade secrets between me and my advocates. Anyway, coming back to the point that I was trying to make, in the program earlier, I said that there's a ilu between Congress and BJP. Kamal ke haath mein hi phool, kamal ka phool rehta hai. And now in the program, your TV9 viewers have clearly seen that both Congress and BJP are now questioning the wisdom and the verdict of the same court. Today, a court gave a verdict, and Congress is also questioning that, and BJP is also questioning that. Doesn't it make that BJP and Congress are there in a mixed match? There is only sitting CMs getting arrested by ED and CBI, except for Hemant Soren and Arvind Kejriwal. How come no sitting CM of Congress has ever been arrested by ED or CBI? Isn't that surprising? Isn't that absolutely surprising? So I think what I'll not take much time here. I think if you'd permit me, Kabir, to quote an improvised couplet by Dinkar, विकास की फसल हर कोई काट लेता, थोड़ा तलवा अगर आम आदमी चाट लेता, मगर नहीं, सच है एप्स्टीन फाइल की विपत्ति जब आती है, कायर बीजेपी को ही दहलाती है, हिंदुस्तानी आम आदमी नहीं विचलित होते, क्षण एक नहीं धीरज खोते, विघ्नों को गले लगाते हैं, कांटों में हम राह बनाते हैं. And to conclude very shortly, let me reiterate with full humility, Aam Aadmi Party is not against any political party. We are just a bunch of courageous, capable professionals who are oath bound to transform the common man of India into a capable common man. Such a capable India that any Trump or China or Epstein bouncer would be hit out of the park. Unlike what Modi government is getting today. They are getting bloody nose from Trump. They are getting bloody nose from Chinese bouncers. They are getting bloody noses from Epstein files. I want an India. We are a bunch of capable and courageous people who are going to make India into a common man of India. It's so capable that no amount of bouncers thrown from anywhere in the world, every ball would be hit out for a six. I rest my case.
Okay, a very nice use of words, sir. You have taken the time out to make all those poems, but you won't tell us your trade secrets. Nobody wants your trade secrets, sir. But of course, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, the kind of money that lawyer charges just to sit next to you, nobody has that kind of money. And I'm telling you one thing: the common man,
He's doing it pro bono. He's doing it pro bono.
The Aam Aadmi Party,
he's doing it pro bono.
He won't answer my questions pro bono.
Matter.
Will he answer?
It's about constitutional propriety.
Will he answer my questions pro bono, sir? Will he answer my questions pro bono? So that's my problem, and I'm not part of the. I'm not part of the Aam Aadmi Party clan.
Many interviews today, IANS, etc. He has given interviews,
and it takes so much of technical words, sir. So who's reading the copies? What section? What page number? That's a different playbook. Let's not go there. I wasn't asking for your trade secrets. Was just trying to understand where this legal battle was going. Is this just one round or a long drawn legal battle? But I'll take your question towards Dr. Tayal as well. Dr. Tayal, we've again circled back to that position where we are asking why the central agencies are being misused, quote unquote, to target opposition chief ministers only. Is this coincidence? Is this strategy? How would you reply back to what the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson just said?
Not just the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, even Nikhat said this, and that these are the misuse of the central agency.
Again, BJP and Congress say the same thing. Nikhat,
Can I?
So that goes on to show that there is a BJP Congress ilu here.
Every time BJP says that it is reiterated.
Hold on. Mr. Sharma.
Siddharth, have some patience.
Sir, take it easy. Yeah, Dr. Tayal.
Even she said so, but she didn't realize that 9th May 2013, Justice Lodha at that time observed that CBI was a caged parrot and it was Congress which was in the center. So let her not forget that. I am really touched by the faith that both of the parties have shown in justice, that this has happened not because it is justice. They fully realize that this is something gone wrong, but because BJP made it happen. Now, as far as AAP is concerned, BJP made it happen because, to use his words, it is ilu with Congress, and Congress says BJP made it happen because it is in bed with Aam Aadmi Party. So, which means their faith in the courts is so huge. It is for your viewers to see today. That is one part of the that is one part of the story. But the Kattar Imaandars that we are talking about, I mean, they are the ones who said, मैं बच्चों के सिर पे कसम खाता हूँ हाथ रख के कि मैं कभी कांग्रेस के साथ नहीं जाऊंगा.
Yeah, we got all that. We got all that, Dr. Dharinder. I'm again interested, and I think the viewers must also be interested in understanding what about the dressing down that the CBI got in the courtroom. How do you view those points and that inquiry that has now been initiated by the the department officer?
Okay. So let me just allow me one sentence before that, and I'll give you the details on that also. That like I said, because I sit in Chandigarh, so here they were together and they fought elections together. They were in Indie bloc together. They are anti each other in Punjab and Delhi. So there is no saying where they stand. So clearly they choose whatever is convenient. At the same time, they are wedded, and at the same time they are separated. So you cannot trust either of them. Now coming back to the question that you are asking regarding CBI.
Yeah, yes, please.
CBI has very clearly mentioned that a lot of facts have not been addressed by the court. They've given, for example, one example has been given that the total expenditure on the Goa elections declared by Aam Aadmi Party was 3 crores 49 lakhs or whatever. Of which 2 crore 43 lakh was spent on media and propaganda. Only 21 lakhs on publicity such as posters, banners, badges, stickers and cutouts.
Yeah.
Which leaves virtually nothing for the various other vendors, assembly managers, booth in charges and the functionalities. So which were met through cash from somewhere.
Okay.
Which the Supreme Court said 338 crores trail is there, and the CBI has said that this money traveled to Goa. So they are on the
So the
basis
fund
of-
trail, if it exists, the Enforcement Directorate will put it out in front of the respective court authorities, the honorable court. Final, 30 seconds to Nigat Abbas. From the Congress's perspective, does it hurt the Congress's revival strategy in the national capital? Now, on the other hand, when the social media is buzzing with Aam Aadmi Party's anti-corruption identity, the Kattar Imaandar that has come out, does it hurt the Congress's revival strategy in the national capital?
So I don't think so. Aam Aadmi Party was ever or will ever be capable to hurt the Congress party in any means. But yes, I would like to answer Mr. Dayal when he said that we are, talking about the ED and CBI being suppressed by the political party like Bharatiya Janata Party, and they're trying to misuse. That's the reality, because 95% of the total cases which ED has on the political leaders are from the opposition parties. That's not from and the conviction rate, I might, remind to my friend that the conviction rate is super low. And let's not even forget that how washing machine Bharatiya Janata Party has become. Talk about Mr. Narayan Rane, talk about the leaders from Maharashtra. I do not want to take the names right now because it doesn't feel right, because he's in a better world now. And talk about Ashok Chavan, talking about Hemant Biswa Sarma. Lately, Bhupen Bora just joined the Bharatiya Janata Party and has been welcomed with the red carpet. I mean, this happens in Bharatiya Janata Party, and that's exactly their modus operandi, that whoever joins Bharatiya Janata Party, they get the clean chit, and whoever is opposing the Bharatiya Janata Party gets the charge sheet, and that's exactly how they operate. And and the people of India, the people of our nation are watching that. And everybody knows how Bharatiya Janata Party operates. They run on the media trials. They just push the charge sheets. The convictions are very low. The reality is that they're just playing for the headlines. They're not playing for the convictions.
All right. The political love triangle was so strong. The journalist on the broadcast pretty much left. He did not want any part of this bickering. But, many questions have been left unanswered. We'll have to wait and find out what happens to the ED case, what happens to this, moral victory of the Aam Aadmi Party, how it just suddenly turns into actual resurgence in the national capital. What of the Congress party, and why are people now talking about the fissures within the Indie bloc? It's only day one, but today's big picture is that Arvind Kejriwal was standing on top of the car with a gada in his hand, and I think that picture is the top picture of the day. Whether that changes in the coming weeks or days, well, we'll have to wait and find out. Dr. Dayal, Mr. Siddharth Sharma and Nigat Abbas, many thanks for taking out the time.
Thank you so much.
The first segment done on In Your Interest. The second segment deals with mental health, and you might want to pay a little more close attention. A quick commercial breather, and on the other side with our guest.
रश्मि, ये मैडम बड़े शहर से छोटे शहर बसने जा रही है, बताओ। छोटे छोटे शहरों में ही तो है बड़े बड़े अखाड़े, नए नए दावपेच सीखेगी और फ्यूचर में मेडल जीतेगी। और बेटा, इनका फ्यूचर?
बड़े पापा, SBI लाइफ से इनका फ्यूचर सिक्योर है।
अभी तो इसकी जीत के इरादा पक्का है। करो पूरे अपने इरादे, अपनों से किए सभी वादे। SBI लाइफ अपने लिए, अपनों के लिए।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Every champion's journey starts with second thoughts.
क्या हुआ?
Till they see it's possible and there is someone who truly believes in them.
एक दिन बहुत बड़ा आदमी बनना है ना?
Orchids, the international school, raising 85,000 champions across India.
ये शहर भी तो अंगना तेरा मेरा, इसको भी रंग दो। इसको भी रंग दो, दुनिया को रंग दो।
Birla Opus Paints.
Welcome back. Thanks to our staying with In Your Interest. Our second segment on the broadcast tonight is about how we've ranked 60th out of 84. And we're talking about not income, we're talking about not education, we're talking about mental well-being. India's young adults rank 60th out of 84 in a global health study. Let's turn our attention to the silent crisis that's unfolding inside our homes, right in front of our eyes. If you think the young adults in your family are simply dealing with normal pressures of growing up, a shocking new global study should make you pause and think again. A global study has shown that India's young adults aged 18 to 34 score just 33 on the Mind Health Index, placing the country 60th out of 84 nations for youth well-being. In contrast, older adults over 55 score 96, highlighting a big generation gap. And this massive divide tells us that our younger generation is navigating a fundamentally different and far more difficult emotional landscape than their parents or their grandparents did. The report points to deeper issues beyond pandemic stress, measuring skills in emotional, social thinking and daily functioning. And to understand why our youth are struggling so much, we have to look at how their daily lives have changed. Traditionally, strong family bonds have been our biggest protective shield against mental distress. However, that social support system is weakening. Only 64% of young adults today report feeling close to their families compared to 78% of the older generation. Then there is the issue of what our young people are consuming physically and digitally. 44% of Indian young adults are heavily reliant on ultra-processed foods, a diet that researchers have directly linked to mood disorders and poor brain health. Alongside poor diets, we have an addiction to the screens, our digital lives. The average age for a child to get their first smartphone in India is now 16.5 years, with many starting much younger. And this early digital exposure is robbing them of their sleep, destroying their attention spans, and making it harder for them to manage their emotions. When you combine these physical and digital habits with the crushing weight of academic pressure, a highly competitive job market, and heavy societal expectations, it becomes clear why are young people losing their mental resilience. The big questions that we're trying to decode: have our modern lifestyles filled with processed foods and early smartphone addiction quietly engineered a generation that is emotionally exhausted before they even begin their adult lives? Are we as a society pushing our children so relentlessly towards academic and financial success that we are entirely ignoring their emotional breaking points? With us on the broadcast, Dr. Anil Dhar, Senior Consultant, Neurosurgery, Medanta Hospital, Noida. Doctor, what are some of the grave concerns that we've mentioned is as part of our introduction that bother you, that should be highlighted meticulously to all the guardians out there?
Good evening, everyone. This is a really very disturbing study, and my heart breaks really I just read the study and I was disturbed. Basically, our young people, I think they have the 4 points should be kept in mind. First and the foremost is the family relationships. The younger adults at this point of time, they are not close to their parents, grandparents, so we have more of nuclear families. I think we should promote a good relation between parents, grandparents, and the kids should be allowed to live in a big family. So second thing which I think every parent promotes is giving a small phone in the hands of a kid, and he uses it. I think the screen time has increased, I think, from 7-8 hours to 10 hours, and it is really addicting now. As you see, so many suicides happening, so many things, mental breakdowns happening. And with this, the issue is that increasing screen time, there is decreased sleep, attention span. You can't think really in normal ways. So this is one more reason for...
So when we're talking about more screen exposure, doctor, how does that directly link up with a weakened emotional regulation of the body? I know you're sleeping less, you're probably thinking about social validation so much, but in medical terms, how big of a problem is this? And how is it directly linked with this weakening of emotional regulation?
See, basically, with what happens with this smartphone, the rays are emitted by the screen. So there is a hormonal imbalance in our brain. So these are the most important things. For emotional support, you need certain hormones, certain neuroregulators in the brain. When they get changed, so
All right, seems like we've lost that line with Doctor. We're going to quickly try and patch that up. But a score of 33 on the mental health quotient, it's clinically speaking, how concerning is that for our young population? That's something that we all need to take a look at. We're talking about how families from joint setups have become very nuclear. A young Indian adult out there is more depressed. He's more on, they're more on their social media. But on the contrary, if I were to be the devil's advocate, they'd say you're more emotionally available. You're more emotionally available on social media. Isn't that the truth, Doctor? People outside, they're saying because of social media, people can, and youngsters are channeling their emotions better. They're not bottling it inside themselves. They're putting it out there, whether it be a comment, whether it be a reel, whether it be a repost. It's all happening in real time. So where is this bottling of emotions happening really?
So you see, actually, bottling of emotions, the other person on the other end, you don't know who is on the other end. Suppose nowadays they are speaking to Chat GPT and some AI tools. That is not actually a person. So that is the biggest problem.
Okay. And when we're talking about day-to-day practice, would you recommend something? I mean, of course, you've already spoken about how we need to connect with our elderly at home a little bit more, maybe drop the use of digital screens, use them lesser. Anything else that you'd like to flag?
Let me add 1 or 2 points more.
Yeah.
So regarding, I'll talk about the processed food. We should encourage our kids not to take more of the processed foods. So they are not really healthy, and it affects our mental health. It affects mental health very badly. So you should avoid everything. So one more point is that we should really try these kids to make them more spiritual, and tell them to go for meditation and some things, brain relaxing exercises like playing Sudoku, like learning new languages, so that their brain becomes more sharp.
But the youngster will say, Doctor, I'm playing Sudoku on my phone. You want me to drop the phone down and I'm playing Sudoku on my phone. The spirituality that you're talking about, the yoga classes, I'm taking all of those yoga classes on my phone. All right, let me have Dr. Deepak Raheja as well, senior psychiatrist and district director, Hope Care India. He's with us on the broadcast. Dr. Raheja, what's your viewpoint on that? A score of 33 on the MHQ, clinically speaking, how concerning is that for a nation building? I mean, our human resource, the youngsters, they're depressed. They're not emotionally out there. What has to change? Because AI is here to stay. Digital screens are here to stay. What needs to change fundamentally?
So, Kabir, I think it is grim, but let's not really look at it very alarmingly. I think what it really shows is a generational shift. I mean, if you see in the study, in the write-up, they mentioned that the same score applied to older adults. The performance is better. So you need to compare what has changed in the last decade and a half, 2 decades, where the connectivity, like the doctor before was saying, has been lost. Real relationship versus real relationship, that's been a huge shift. Like you said, the younger generation is happy playing Sudoku on the phone. But if you really look at connectedness, if you really look at real relationship versus real relationship, I think we are going down. You may have many friends on Facebook and Instagram, but when it really comes to knocking on the door, asking for a friend to be available to talk to you, to let you unburden, which are things that add to mental health resilience, which are things
Dr.
that make you more.
You're making credible points. You're making credible points. Many young people say that they're constantly overwhelmed. What are some early signs that parents and guardians can be on the lookout for?
See, they're overwhelmed because we are dealing with a generation that's overloaded. That's in the name of multitasking. We have so many choices. We have so many. I mean, boredom is gone. I mean, we can't deal with boredom. So I think, like the answer to your question, quick few cues, you'll find that the personality is beginning to change. The younger adult adolescent is becoming irritable, is becoming snappy, is becoming asocial, is becoming withdrawn, is becoming angry, is being truant, not going to school. You see academic flag, you know, the academic results are going down.
Yep.
They are just being atypical. When I say atypical, there's a clear shift from the pre-morbid, pre-normal, the normal functioning. When you compare it to that person, if he was talking enough, he's talking less. If he was talking less, he's talking more. The sleep pattern begins to change. The eating habits begin to change. The biological drive, the cognitive drives, the connectedness, interpersonal functioning. Because see, when you look at this MHQ, it basically points towards a decline in It's a very astute test, which actually.
And it's quite ironical that our youngsters are turning asocial when we've got a plethora of social media platforms. I was speaking to Dr. Dhar just a moment ago about what he thinks should be done. Would you like to point out a few things that youngsters can change, bring about changes in their own life patterns to help deal with this, low and declining MHQ?
I totally agree with what Dr. Dhar said. We need to be more connected. We need to help build their resilience. We need to give them cognitive stimulation, not just by endogenous cognitive exercises they do, but by interpersonal stimulation. They need to reach out. They need to be in the real world. I think we have to also stop protecting them, cajoling them, mollycoddling them too much. I think we're doing work. I mean, they are one of the biggest crises with the generation today is that they are dealing with an economic instability in the wake reality of no signs of poverty. You know, so there's abundance all around. They're living in a glamorous world. The world today is becoming easier. Like you said, AI is here to stay. The life is going to become easier. But will we really continue to use our cognitive skills and enhance ourselves?
That's a great point. I think let's not undermine the battle and the challenges the youngsters are actually facing. I mean, given a choice, we wouldn't like to be in that particular situation. Dr. Dhar, final 20 seconds. Would you like to wrap this discussion up?
Yeah, I think some problem lies with the parents like me and you. I think we should promote more things. Let our kids go outside, play football, they play everything on smartphone these days. But we should promote them. There should be some way out to tell them to go out and play and breathe fresh, some air around.
Yeah. All right. So it's a complex mixture of all of these things, but it's certainly, the picture looks grim, but, Dr. Raheja here feels like it's not the end of the world. Things can actually change. It's just that we've got these biological issues. We've also got societal issues, and all of that weighs down on the mental health. But the problem is that AI is here to stay. All these gadgets and screens are here to stay. I mean, you're both doctors. So much of your work is on the digital screens as well. I think a different kind of upskilling, a different kind of spiritual upskilling needs to happen. And what cannot be denied is the fact that we need that interconnectedness with our family. I think that's the biggest point where the generational gap actually exists. Many thanks for taking on the time, Dr. Raheja, Dr. Dhar, for speaking to us on this particular topic. This is 60th in the world is not just a ranking, it's a warning. The picture is grim, but it's not the end of the world. If our young adults are struggling with focus, with resilience, with connection, this isn't their weakness, it's the cards that they've been dealt. But at the same time, it's a societal wake-up call. Mind matters, and I think it's time we start talking about it as well. That's all the time we have for you in this edition of In Your Interest. We're going to see you again next week. Many thanks for watching.
You define a concept called against all odds.
The first and foremost is a overwhelming desire to win.
Does fortune favor the brave?
Oh, by a long shot. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain.
My understanding of sportsmanship is playing with the spirit, and gamesmanship is where you're leveraging the margins of the rule.
People are not going to remember you by the losses. They're going to remember you by the wins.
By the wins. The single reason for your loss is that the lack of killer punch in you.
To this day, I have won more tour titles than any other Asian.
What would require a Vijay Amritraj to lead the way again?
Okay.
I think sports is the panacea. Sports is the ultimate solution.
I served the United Nations for 7 years as a messenger of peace alongside Muhammad Ali. He always said that boxing was a journey for him to be able to deliver what he needed to deliver.
Failures are the greatest teachers.
I've always looked at the cup half full, and as far as I'm concerned, my life has given me so much that I always feel that the cup has been overflowing. Whenever people ask me in the US, am I Republican or Democrat, I always say I'm Indian.
Well, I'm all set to explore this beautiful country. Hi, hello, namaste, salam. This is your host Ruchira and I welcome you all in the brand new season, Uzbekistan.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9. English news as it should be.
Well, the Indian Air Force conducted its mega exercise Vayu Shakti 2026 at the Pokhran firing range in Rajasthan. The event showcased elements reminiscent of Operation Sindoor, with the Air Force presenting glimpses of the operation during this high-intensity live firing drill. The objective of the drill is to demonstrate Indian Air Force's combat strength, showcase its war preparedness and inspire the youth to join the Air Force. President Draupadi Murmu also attended the event. During her visit to Jaisalmer, the President undertook a sortie in the indigenous light combat helicopter Prachand. The mission was executed in a 2-helicopter formation. The LCH Prachand is India's first indigenously designed and developed combat helicopter manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The helicopter has been designed to operate across diverse terrains ranging from deserts to high altitude regions.
From your left, and an accurate hit. The radar cluster has been neutralized, just like a true warrior who strikes swiftly without hesitation.
Well, this is President Draupadi Murmu on your screens. She was on her way during her visit to Jaisalmer, really, where she did take that sortie in the indigenous light combat helicopter Prachand. In fact, it was a 2-helicopter formation. Quite a powerful moment yet again. This is the second such sortie that she is taking. The LCH Prachand is India's first indigenously designed and developed combat helicopter manufactured by HAL. And the helicopter has been designed to operate across diverse terrains. And I'm being joined by Nivriti Mohan right now, live from Pokhran. Thank you very much, Nivriti, for joining us. Quite a powerful moment there, Nivriti.
It is a very, very powerful moment for all the Indians that are watching this display over here from Pokhran, because we could see the fighter aircraft displaying their prowess, their power over here. You can see the range over here, the vast range that is being used for this Vayu Shakti 2026, which is the biggest combat air exercise happening here in Pokhran, with all the indigenous might over here, all the other weapons over here. Platforms are being used. 277 weapons are being used, and you know, it is a simulated war scenario that has been created in this wide Pokhran firing range, and targets have been set over here, and these targets are being hit with precision by the aircraft, whether they are fighter aircraft, where there are combat helicopters. They are coming in and hitting these targets with precision. Because Sneha, I could have shown you the event happening live, but this is the break time now, and the daytime event has happened now. The dusk events will be happening, and the nighttime events will be happening, in which the precision strikes will be conducted by the fighter aircraft, and we could see the Akash, in our own indigenous Akash missile, performing over here when it was launched from the vehicle, and it had hit the target with precision. So as I said, 23 targets are there that have been set, and our platforms are hitting these targets with great precision over here. We could see the Su-30 coming in, we could see Rafales coming in, we could see other aircraft coming in, Tejas, for the reason that that it has not been, it was to be part of this exercise, but we could not see Tejas over here as of now. So Prachand helicopter, the combat helicopter, the indigenous helicopter that we could see, and President of India also did the sortie in Prachand helicopter only today. So this entire range over here, the targets that are being simulated are the enemy targets, like they can be operation rooms, they can be tank convoys, they can be some strategically very important bridge, destroying which could hamper the enemy operation, and armored tanks were the targets. So various targets were set over here, and 277 weapons are being used in this entire exercise, and 12,000 kgs of explosives is being used. So it is a clear-cut message that if you think ill about our country, we are not going to remain silent, and we will be hitting back, and that too with precision. And the precision that was on display here in this exercise, and no target was missed when the aircraft and the missiles were hitting the target, whether they were whether they were ground to air or they were from air to air. We could see aircraft performing air-to-air strikes. We could see aircraft conducting air-to-ground strikes, and then these surface-to-air missiles were also used, which were Spider missiles, because it was short-range missile, and also the Akash missile, indigenous missile, medium-range missile, which was being used here. BrahMos was not used because of safety reasons, because of its long range. So BrahMos was not on display today. So these are the missiles that were on display. L-70 gun that played a crucial role, and it was vastly used during Operation Sindoor also. L-70 gun was used to hit drones with little modification in this vintage platform, the L-70 gun. We have been doing modification in this gun from some time now, and with little modification we could use it very successfully during Operation Sindoor, when drones were coming in from the other side of the border, and enemy was sending drones into our territory, and we this L-70 gun with great precision hit all the drones. It was used to hit those drones, and it did hit the drones with